The Michelin stars are a sought-after rating by top restaurants and hotels around the world as many discerning consumers turn to the annual series of Michelin guides for guidance in deciding where to eat and where to stay in over 22 countries. I'm Kelsey Hubbard, and joining me is Jean-Luc Naret, director of the Michelin Guides. Welcome. Thank you for being here.
Bonjour.
Bonjour. So how could consumers best use this guide and the Michelin star rating to find the best value out there, whether it's good food, good atmosphere, the overall experience?
Well, the overall experience actually in each of the city, and of course we're talking about New York here, it's 5 or 7 restaurants in our New York guide. It's really, you could actually find anything which is you want. I mean, for the perfect date, the perfect business, whatever you feel in the guide. And our inspectors go anonymously to visit all these restaurants, and we give stars based on the quality in the plate. And a star in New York should be at the same level that a star in Tokyo or in Paris. So when you actually got a Michelin star, among the 1,800 best restaurants in the world. When you got 2, you're among the 200 best restaurants in the world, and you got 3, 68 best restaurants in the world.
And do you think there is a misconception that this only deals in the very high-end restaurants, very expensive, and that actually there's some value and some affordability in this guide?
Absolutely. I mean, the guide is really not only for the stars. I mean, the stars only represent 5% of the selection. They're the one we talk about, that all the haute gastronomy and beautiful food, excellent cuisine. But I mean, we have incredible restaurants with very good value for money. We have the Bib Gourmand, which is a place where you could actually dine for a very good value for money, for $175. You could have 5 restaurants for $125. So when you have the guide in your hands, it should actually take you to the city by your hands, and Michelin doing that not only in New York, but in, as you say, 22 countries in the world.
And you travel around the world going to restaurants. How has the economic downturn, especially here in the U.S., as we look at the New York City Guide, how has that affected the restaurants and also the diners?
Well, the diners continue to go to all these top-end restaurants, but the diners really looking for value for money. As an example, here in New York, I mean, you got incredible 3 stars restaurant, at the top of the world, but they realize as well, some of them, they had to do something in a different way. Jean-Georges is a perfect example in New York. You could actually have an incredible experience at night for a beautiful dinner, and then you could have a very, very good experience in the same restaurant for $28 for 2 courses at lunchtime, which is perfect. That's the best deal in the world.
They're going at different times, maybe not the peak nights or the peak days. That's some tips there. Other tips that you can give consumers who may be facing rising travel costs, rising food prices, how can they really find some great deals out there?
Well, they have some great deals, really looking at the person who actually use local product, going back to the roots, the seasonality, and you could find very good restaurants where actually people are using these great products and trying to take them in the best way. We call them the inspector's favorite. They're actually under the Bib Gourmand category.
And are there any cities quickly on the rise that people should be looking to?
Well, obviously we put a spotlight very recently in Tokyo. Tokyo has always been a fascinating city in terms of gastronomy, and the fact that we actually published a Michelin guide there really show that Tokyo is definitely one of the most incredible cities in the world. So if you want to travel, if you want to eat well, go to Tokyo.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
I've been speaking with the director of the Michelin Guides, Jean-Luc Naret. I'm Kelsey Hubbard in New York.